channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video on kind of my go-to day-to-day full glam makeup look. I did promise kind of my followers on Instagram and on my makeup account that I would be doing kind of like beauty videos. However, I have kind of gone a little bit off topic and kind of not really focused on beauty as such. Like, I know for a fact that next week's video is going to be great, but it's not like beauty related. So yeah, this is my kind of go-to glam. Hopefully it's kind of in-depth so you can learn a couple of things. So yeah, let's get started. So firstly, I'm just taking a Pears soap and a spoolie and just rubbing the spoolie round on the soap, and then obviously brushing that product through my eyebrows like that and just fluffing them up and fluffing them out. Give them like a really fluffy texture. That's all I can say really. I use my fingers to kind of pat down the soap so the eyebrow hairs like sticks to like my face. Just rubbing that through, giving loads of texture. It literally takes like 2 seconds to do. So yeah. Next I just take like a makeup wipe and kind of wipe the soap off my face so that if it dries it won't leave like a crumbly texture on my skin. And then I'm taking a Hema eyebrow pomade. This is from like, I got it on holiday like last year and I haven't really used it, but when I did my makeup yesterday I used this technique and it gave us like a lot of a fuller brow. I just take like a makeup wipe and a pointed eyebrow brush and kind of nip it so it goes really thin. Then I just dip it in the product and do like realistic kind of hair strokes on my eyebrow, and it kind of just fills it in, but it's really like natural and kind of still leaves the eyebrow really fluffy. Half of the eyebrow is like a little bit of definition. Like, they look quite intense on the camera, but in real life they just look quite like natural. But if you do think they are too intense, just take like a makeup wipe and kind of run that through the hairs really gently and it kind of pulls off a bit of product. I then take the spoolie again and just kind of rub the soap through my eyebrows like one more time. So after I've put that kind of colour on, it kind of makes sure they're all set, and it also kind of drags out a little bit of the intensity again. So yeah, that's kind of the brow shaping and colouring done. Then I'm going to take the wipe once again and rub that away. Now I'm taking the plouise base and an e.l.f. concealer and just carving out my eyebrows. I kind of like dot it on like this and then I go and carve them out, just so then the product's like on my eyelid before kind of carving out. I've got my base on. I'm going to be taking the Morphe M173 and just patting that base down. Since I'm not doing eyeshadow, I will be setting it with a bit of powder just for satisfaction. However, the plouise base is a self-setting base, so you don't have to powder it down after I've done this. However, I just do it to kind of make sure that the product doesn't stay, because sometimes like if you don't set a base, the product kind of builds up on your eyelid. Like, do you know how obviously, can you see there where there's like a little wrinkle in my eye? It leaves like a little crease of product and like a little build up, so I try and prevent that by putting powder down. But anyways, I'm just taking this brush and kind of brushing the concealer kind of along like the brow tail, kind of patting the base in the inner corners of my eyes and kind of up in between my eyebrows. I was colour testing on my face there. But next I'm taking the Maybelline Superstay foundation, but obviously since I'm quite dark and this product is obviously really light, I'm just taking a bit of the Max Factor Lasting Performance foundation and just mixing them two together. Then I just take it on like the concealer brush after mixing it and just like apply it all over my face. Now this is going to look really like peculiar obviously on my face after I've blended it all out, because either I might look too pale or like really full coverage, because these two foundations are really full coverage. So yeah, I'm just going to blend these and apply these all over my face. Actually blend anything out, I'm just going to take like a scrunchie and just tie all my hair back so I don't get any foundation in my hair. Right, so now I'm taking the Real Techniques 200 brush and just buffing in the foundation. So like I said, this looks really strong because obviously this foundation is a really full coverage product. But yeah, I'm also going to wipe off my lip balm as well. So I know it looks crazy, but I'm just taking a little bit more product kind of on any patches on my face or places that need a bit more coverage and just blending that out with a Real Tech's Beauty Blender. This looks crazy, but next I'm going to be taking the plouise base and just kind of putting little dots underneath my eyes. A couple on my chin as well. Now once again, just taking that concealer brush and just kind of blending it out a little bit. This is like a really full coverage base, and then I take it kind of on the bridge of my nose and right the way down, and this just highlights all that area and obviously conceals it as well. But obviously since the foundation base is still quite wet, it also blends in so the colour's not as like vibrant, if that makes sense. And then I'm just taking the Morphe concealer brush that I used on my eyelids and just kind of pan it out. I'm now taking the Fit Me concealer by Maybelline and then just applying that in the kind of same area I just did the plouise. Once again, just kind of brightening it up and kind of concealing them dark circles underneath my eyes. Also like drag it out to about here. I don't know, I'm just kind of seeing this everywhere and I think that looks really nice, and it kind of creates like a really nice effect as well once you've put the cream contour on and all that. So now everything's blended out, I'm taking a Primark concealer stick in the shade Caramel. It's a cream contour and just applying that onto the cheeks. I'm avoiding this area where I've kind of dragged the concealer out to. Placing it there on the forehead, like the temples, and then down the bottom bits of my nose. That's where I like to highlight contour, sorry. Some people do like to contour like the lips and stuff, like at the bottom bit, but I don't really like that. I don't feel the need for that, but yeah. Now the contour's on. I also don't put contour on my chin as well, on my jawline and stuff. So I'm just taking that foundation brush I used before and just buffing that out. This kind of doesn't like allow the, because there's obviously foundation on this brush, it stops the contour being too harsh. But on my cheeks I do like it be a little bit more harsher than my forehead, so then I apply a little bit more and use a beauty blender as I'll show in the next clip. So now all the contour's blended out, I am going to be taking a beauty blender and just buffing out these bits on my cheeks just so it goes a little bit darker. I just prefer to do this and kind of leave it too kind of opaque, if that makes sense. Just buffing it out like this. I'm just taking that Fit Me concealer again and put it on the side of my nose. On, I don't even know what this is called, just like on the side of my nose, and then kind of like my eye, I guess. Just kind of cutting that little crease there. Then just a tiny bit more on the dark circles. This kind of just like highlights it a bit more and also brings a little bit of definition back to the nose. I don't like my nose to be like too defined, but obviously not like fat. So yeah, and then I just obviously blend this out, but instead of using a brush I just use the Real Techniques Beauty Blender. I'm now taking the Maybelline Fit Me powder and just really compacting and pressing that in on the side of my nose where I've just applied that concealer. And then underneath the eyes. These parts that I'm like powdering like more specifically is the place that I like to be a little bit lighter, so like where I've kind of dragged this out on my eye as well. Kind of pulling this down and defining the nose a little bit more. Also a really, really important place set is kind of the nose here and the smile lines, because that creases really easily through the day. So like really highly powdering these areas kind of stops the makeup from creasing and also mats the kind of foundation really well. Obviously if you want like a dewy base or like a shiny kind of look, put like a shiny base or primer on before you do your makeup, and this kind of allows the face to be a lot more dewy, especially when you're adding powder as well. It stops it from going like fully matte. However, I do like quite a matte look. I also take the powder underneath that kind of cream contour, so this is also a little bit more defined, and I just carry on setting the face. And then I take a bigger brush and kind of set all the face, all the kind of cream contour as well. So while that powder kind of set, I'm taking the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. This is just the ordinary standard colour, not like a light or dark or anything. This is just a normal one that you can pick up. And just taking that, not applying too much product because obviously that like cream contour is quite strong, but just applying it in like a downwards kind of fluffing motion on the cheeks, just like that. You can kind of see the difference. It just kind of highlights those cream contours underneath, if that makes sense. So just like that. And just taking it on the temples of the forehead and just applying it there and just darkening and deepening up those colours on there. Nose contour, I'm just taking a little bit of bronzer on a kind of eyeshadow brush and just applying it to like the outsides of the nose, but not too much because like I said before, I don't really like my nose being like heavily contoured. Just kind of there, and then apply it quite a lot onto the tip of the nose. That's it for the nose contour. Taking a blusher, and I'm pretty sure I got this from the Pound shop. I'm pretty sure that's the brand from Pound shop. Literally, I swear by this blusher. I'm taking the Real Techniques 400 blusher brush and just applying that blusher. Also, I like apply blusher on the end of my nose as well. I really like having like a blushed nose. I also take a bit of the damp beauty blender and just blend in both them products all over my face, just kind of making sure everything's kind of set and blended together. I'm just going to spray my highlighter brush with a bit of setting spray, and then I'm going to take the Morphe highlighter in the shade Extra and obviously apply that to my cheekbones. This highlighter is so good as well, and I don't think it's that expensive either. Oh, this is absolutely fab. You don't even need loads of it either. Applying like a little bit to my chin, then like my temples as well, and then obviously kind of the bottom part of my nose, and then a bit on the bridge. Then I've literally just dropped everything everywhere. When I was doing highlighter, I went and picked up a brush and I just dropped everything. So I'm not sure how much of that clip I can use, but anyways, we're going to carry on with this video. I'm taking the blusher brush and just blending the highlight kind of into all the other products on my cheeks and on my nose. Taking a little bit of light powder and applying that under my eyes and kind of where I've made that little crease there, just to kind of brighten up them areas. I'm going to be taking Gosh Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Raisin and just outlining my lips and then filling them in a little. So you can obviously leave it matte, however I am going to apply a little bit of gloss to kind of make it shiny and just like glossy. So instead of applying lashes today, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes and apply some mascara. So now that the eyelashes are done, we're kind of like finished, but I'd like to add a couple of little finishing touches. Recently I've really enjoyed putting like fake fetters on like beauty spots and stuff, so I just take a brow gel and just like pull it up until it's like a little, like, I don't know if you can see, like a little nib at the top, and just kind of really lightly apply like a little dot. So this is the finished look. This video was a little bit disastrous off camera. Like, my floor is now ruined. I broke an eyeshadow palette, so like my floor is all stained. There's black eyeshadow everywhere. I broke loads of things in my room because my ring light fell off. It was a bit disastrous, but we kind of got there. We'll finish the look. I made a YouTube video. That's all I really need. Hopefully this video was useful, you learned something. Like I say, next week's video is going to be really, really interesting. So I hope that this just cannot wait for next week. That's all I can say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. That's it really. I'll see you next week. Bye. Blending brush that I had. Oh my god. So when I've got lipstick on, I can't use a straw or drink, so like literally I go so attractive.
I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past.